Okay, I'm tired. I'm about to go to bed, but I really want to show this off because I'm so excited. Oh, it has been far too long. I have missed gaming so much, and thanks to my best friend family and her fiance, like they like sent us that PS4, and the boys have been excited. Like I set up profiles and accounts for them so they can go head to head. And I was like, you know what? I have a little bit of extra money. I'm gonna spoil myself. Yeah. Um, I want to get a lot more for myself than just this, but this is a good start. Um, like me and my younger sister would go hard on this. Okay, like I don't remember if it was the first or second or if it was both, but yeah, we beat it on whatever the hardest level was back then. Like we were competing on who could, like we went hard on it. Okay, um, but I'm just so excited. Oh my gosh, I'm too tired tonight. Like I'm about to go to sleep, but I'm excited. I'm excited. Like you know what's funny too is that one of my friends like messaged me like, "Oh, I saw you posted about that. I'm so excited you get to get back into it. Do you remember when we had like parties at your house and at so and so's house in high school?" I'm like, "Yeah, like I remember that." Like I had to go to other friends' house for the longest time because my dad was like, "Oh, I'm not getting consoles," because he was a very old school like take my kids to the arcade kind of dad. So we went to the arcade all the time as kids. And I remember I remember in my other videos to talk about as a kid, but I still had to go to other friends' house for gaming parties as a teenager in high school. Um, and as I gravitated away from some of those groups and had like other groups as I graduated high school, all my birthdays, and then even between times, my dad had got me an Xbox to celebrate my graduation. I was like, yes, Xbox. So like I don't even remember half of the games that we got before, but I saved up to get Crash Bandicoot. But DDR was one of them, and then I think Dead or Alive, or I think it was Dead or Alive. It was some game, and then Dead or Alive that came with it. This is like 2004. Okay, so it was but yeah, I would have people over once I had that console in there, and we would go at it, especially the fighter games. Now, my dad did get one of those little hookup things where you can hook it up to the TV. You can play a lot of like old school stuff. So my sister and I definitely went head to head on Street Fighter, Tekken. Those were the two biggest ones. And then, oh, and Mortal Kombat. Okay, so Mortal Kombat, so those were like three. And then eventually I added Soul Calibur. So, whew, man, I went really hard on Soul Calibur too. And DOA with my sister. But yeah, it's like I haven't played a lot, over the years, mostly due to my shoulder injury. Um, and I remember that at some point during the Navy, I also got one of the newer Lara Croft Tomb Raider games. I was really excited because I was like, oh, you mean I don't have to hold like 5 million buttons down to like grapple and shimmy? Like I could just push a little button and I actually stay on the wall? Are you kidding me? Like this is exciting. I mean, like they fixed it. So I was spazzing out when I got to play that. Like 2012, 2013. I don't remember. 2014. I don't remember. It was sometime around that time when that other game, or 2011. It was within that range. Okay. But I was like super excited and I enjoyed playing it. And that's somewhere. But that was for the Xbox because that was what my ex-husband had. And then eventually we like saved up and we got an Xbox One, which is the only thing he wanted in the divorce, but whatever. Fine, that psycho can have it. But yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh. So being gifted a PS4 and a bunch of games, and the boys love the games that my friend and family sent to us. But I was like, I really wanted to spoil myself, so spoiled myself with this. Again, I'm tired, so I'm not gonna do it tonight because it's just been one of those days. But I felt justified in splurging because I have missed it so much, and I had to go to Walmart to get a few things anyway. And brought Alan with, and I was like, you know what? I hope you don't mind, buddy, but I really want to go look at the games. And he's like, yeah, sure, it's cool. I mean, he really got into Lego Harry Potter. He already got to the part of the ogre in the first game, and I was like, damn, like you really went into it. Like you've been playing like When did you get to the ogre? My goodness. Isn't that at least like halfway or over halfway done through like the book and movie? Like, what? You got to the ogre already in the dungeon? Troll. Sorry, not ogre. Oh my gosh. Why was I thinking ogre? Oh, because Alan was showing me an ogre earlier. That's why. Okay, not ogre. Troll. My goodness. Okay. I do know my Harry Potter lore. I'm just tired and I'm associating with the last thing that my child told me about, okay? Anyway, he got to the troll part. All right. So I was like, all right, cool. But yeah, I'm really excited to get back into gaming. And you know what? My friend reminding me about all those parties I had. And I went to a few gaming parties with some folks in community college. And you know what's funny is that at some of those events, there were some people who just didn't vibe with me when it came to gaming. And I think it's just because of the type of games that they played. And it made me feel like I was being ostracized half the time. Like, oh, she's not that kind of gamer. She's not into those type of games. Like, I'm willing to try a bunch of games. And like I've played a bunch of different games with friends and tried it, and it's not against like trying other games. I actually enjoy trying games. Now, I've tried shooter games. They're just not my thing, but I can play them. Like, just let me figure out what the controls are. I've played a few other, I think there was like a James Bond one that my best friend from middle school had, and I played that with her, and the American McGee's Alice. Like, I mostly let her play those. She let me try it, and I was like, yeah, it's not for me, but I tried it. So there you go. So I'm willing to try just about any game. I am. I enjoy trying new games. But it was just interesting that there are people who were acting kind of snobbish around me. Like, oh, she doesn't play these kinds of games all the time. So is she really a gamer? And you meet people like that, but it made me feel like I wouldn't be welcome in that kind of group of friends because I didn't happen to play their type of games, or I wasn't into the kind of games they were, so I didn't get their references. And part of that was also because some of them were really into Pokemon. Now, again, like, I watched the show. I didn't really play the game. I'm not against trying to play the game, but it's not me. Alan's really into Pokemon. He really collects the cards, and I hope that he'll get into the actual like game part of it soon enough. But yeah, it's funny how there are people who are like, are you really a gamer? And I'm like, I think if you play games and you enjoy it, you're a gamer. It doesn't matter how many hours you logged. I think it's hilarious when there are people who are like, oh, I logged whatever blah 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 hours. I'm just like, okay. Kudos to you. Okay. Like, that's something to be proud of. You played a bunch of games. It's better than not playing any video games, I think, if you want to be a gamer. You know, playing, I think, makes you a gamer. It's just funny how people are just like trying to, do the whole gatekeeping thing and trying to like keep people out. Like, oh, no, you're not really a gamer unless you're not really an artist. Dude, you enjoying yourself? Are you playing a game? There, you're a gamer. Congratulations. No need to put anyone else down. Honestly, you should be promoting people playing more and getting more into it, because then that boosts the franchise, that, more purchases, people more, it helps it grow. So why would you try to push people away from that? You want to keep it going, right? So anyway, that's my midnight thoughts as I go to sleep. But I'm excited to get back into this. I really want to get more, like, I want to get Spider-Man and Sonic for the boys, because they both love Spider-Man, and both have been playing Sonic on their tablets. Connor especially really loves Sonic. Like, he is anything speedster. Like, for DC, he loves the Flash. He hasn't really gotten into any characters. Like, he's mostly Avengers and Spider-Man if it's Marvel. But DC, both boys love Batman, but especially the Flash. Like, Connor really loves the Flash when it comes to DC. Like, that is his go-to. But Marvel, it's Spider-Man. Both kids love Avengers, but they both really love Spider-Man. So I'm like, okay. And then Connor's really been... Connor found, like, OG cartoon Sonic. Like, Sonic cartoon. Because like he has access to all the kids' videos online. So, you know, like of course it's parent restricted where it's only, you know, certain age appropriate, but he found those, and so he's been watching those on his tablet constantly. So he watches anything and everything Sonic. He loves Sonic, so I've gotten him like clothes and toys of Sonic, and so I want to get him the game. It'll have to be like another couple paychecks, but yeah, I definitely want to get that for him. So the boys can have their stuff and I can have mine, and I can continue to, you know, build my collection. You know what? I was surprised though. This was like just over $30 at Walmart. So I was like, okay, cool. And the only reason I went to Walmart is because it's close by and I did not want to have to travel to some other gaming or used or anything. I didn't want to order online. I wanted it now. So I got it now. And it was just down the street, literally like 2-minute drive. So I was like, it was one of those impulsive, I want this now, and I'm going to get it now. I knew I had to get Crash Bandicoot something. I was just happy that they happened to have the one that had the 3 original games, because those are the games that I played, and super nostalgia there. Okay, anyway, that's just me geeking out about this specifically. I don't know when I'll do a video again because I actually do have a couple of things I gotta get done. I am pleasantly surprised at myself. I've been doing like at least one video a night for almost a week now. So I'm like, cool, go me. Like, it's interesting when you put your mind to something, what you can do. I happen to be at that moment of transition where I'm putting things in place and starting to move forward in a lot of stuff. So because I'm in that transitionary sort of position, I find that I am looking at things I didn't think of as much before and kind of, you know, enjoying those moments, enjoying in the moment. And one of those happens to be gaming. I did on the PS4 download a few free games, and of course it was like Dead or Alive, I think. It's Dead or Alive. Yeah, it was Dead or Alive. Because like Kasumi and Ayane and Hayabusa. Yeah. So I was going at it like with that yesterday. Because I was like, I just need some mindless fighting game stuff. Like, do I remember the controls? Do I remember this move? Yes, I did. Even though it had been a long time, I remembered all 3 of them very well, actually. I was like, I'm surprised I remember this after well over a decade since I played these games. So, but that's what happens when you get used to like certain combos. I couldn't tell you the combo. I couldn't like rattle it off the top of my head, but I remember the motions. So, yeah. Anyway, that's me spazzing about games, especially Crash Bandicoot. I hope everyone has a good night. I'm going to bed. See ya.